On today's episode of Days of Our Lives, Gabby serves divorce papers to Lai, Paulina comes to Abe's aid, and Jada struggles to carry out her duties. Just as Johnny enters to catch her, Gabby trips and falls down the Demera steps. She tells Johnny about her engagement after having a few too many drinks and displays her engagement ring. She is holding the divorce papers. Gabby replies that Wendy wasn't in the office when Johnny asks if she was. Johnny is worried because it seems Wendy is still in Seattle. The phrase with Trip, he anticipated that she would have returned by now. After encouraging him to keep trying and call her, Gabby returns upstairs to continue the celebration. Wendy storms into their apartment and starts yelling at Lai about how her flying troubles caused her trip home to be delayed. In a dejected tone, he informs her that he has signed the divorce papers before changing the subject and inquiring as to whether Wendy will inform Johnny that she has returned. She is unsure. She accepts Johnny's story about the tainted biscuits, but she might have other interests. Trip is mentioned to Lai, but her brother observes that she doesn't exactly sound over the moon about her Seattle boyfriend. She finds it annoying that she isn't certain whether she wants him or Johnny, but she is forced to make a decision. Why? Lee queries. She needs to think about it carefully. They both will wait. Since it was worth waiting for you. When Johnny calls, she rushes over to the Demera mansion and arrives at the door just as her phone starts ringing outside. He welcomes her inside and tells her he misses her and is happy she came. She is less animated but likes Trip as well as him and being around him. She apologizes for being too direct but clarifies that she wasn't cutting him off. Rather, she was just curious to see where their relationship would go. He can manage that. They kiss. The opportunities appeal to him. With the divorce papers and news of her engagement to Stefan, Gabby knocks on Lee's door. When she arrived upstairs with the second bottle of champagne, he was already asleep, so she decided to go see Lai instead. She claims they are both free. It's time to let the past go and simply move on. Although he regrets harming her, losing her was the worst thing that could have happened to him. In the hopes that he will find the perfect woman, Gabby adds, it felt like something that could last, and kisses him goodbye on the cheek. Rafe is pleading with Colin to be found right away on the hospital's phone line. As he hangs up, Kayla approaches and inquires as to what happened to Abe. She updates Rafe about the procedure when he receives a call regarding the Salamin. Talia and Colin battle on the roof while Jada yells at the woman to leave. The two instead fall to the ground right next to Eric and Sloane after going over the edge. She runs to her bleeding brother as soon as she sees him on the ground. Colin doesn't waste any time deflecting responsibility, muttering, "She did this," just as Jada kneels down to clear Talia of a fallen canopy. "Why? Talia, why? What was your motivation?" When they all arrive at the hospital, Channel wheeled Paulina inside and demanded information about Abe. After telling her to calm down, Rafe explains everything. Rafe reassures Paulina that Abe is safe when she loses it once more, but her calm only lasts for about a half second before Eric and Sloane enter the room, and Rafe yells at Sloane to go immediately. After reprimanding Rafe, Eric apologizes to Paulina. "You apologize? After what that savage and her sibling done to my Abram?" After some while, Paulina settles down and begins to pray as Eric wheel her into the chapel. Eric's ability to convince Channel to calm down astounded her. She then takes a seat with Rafe that Talia thereby spared her life. Like hell, she did. They were on the roof because Talia had set everything up and done all of this. Rafe is told not to let Talia get away with anything when Channel goes off on her. When Sloane enters Colin's bedside, the doctor exclaims that it's a miracle that he's still alive, most likely because of the awning he hit. Colin asks what occurred when he awakens. Sloane is also curious about that. "You said you would leave them alone," I said. "He took the necessary action. Before Talia and Jada arrived and shoved him over, he had them just where he wanted them." Sloane is curious as to why he stayed. "Although I mourn my parents just as much as you do, there are certain restrictions. You cannot murder." She might not have been able to accomplish what needed to be done, but he was, and he would. Jada is holding Talia's hand in her room, where she is sitting up and alert. She is examined by Kayla, who says that other than the possibility of an arm fracture, "I would say you're a very lucky girl." Talia queries how Chanel is as she departs one more. Paulina and Channel are both doing well, claims Jada. Talia then asserts that things simply became out of control, but Jada counters that Colin had this in mind all along. Why do you care for him anyway? Talia wonders if Jada can at least check on Colin to see if he's ok, while Jada implores her sister to forget about Colin and be thankful it's over. When Jada departs, Kayla returns with painkillers and Sloane rushes in to handcuff Colin to the bed and make him an arrest. Jada claims to have just taken Colin into custody, as Channel questions whether Talia has also been taken into custody outside in the waiting area. Channel is going to phone the DA and the media if she isn't here by tonight. Jada replies that she is still on duty and has an arrest to make when Rafe begs her to go home and rest. Thanks for watching this video. Please subscribe to our channel, Daily Bulletin News, and stay with us.